Alright, just a quick little update. I have uploaded version 1.7 of the Avatar world, available on Quest and PC. This is the new design. It's no longer a straight hallway. It is in more of a circular-ish design. I didn't just do that for no reason, or for looks, or for me to put a Titan in the middle, which not a lot of people know, but it has a seat in it, so if you walk up to it in-game, you can get it. So I can fit more avatars, because the last version of the world was full, and I'm not quite done updating. I want to add more. And so, I've got tons of space now. Like, I just have 3 per wall, but I could put some in between those as well, and like fill up all this empty space. Just gonna say some things and answer a few questions I've heard some people say while I was on the world. I'm starting to work on it more again. I kinda took a break from it, but I'm starting to get back in the flow of things. Apex Legends is still on the schedule. In fact, I'm working on it now. I was actually able to rip the models finally. I found a way to work it. It still uses a old program. I'm sure you've heard of it, whatever it's called, Ninja Ripper, yeah. That paired with 2 other programs is what fuels the project, basically. Because that can get, like, the general model, and then I can extract textures and also like I can get yeah, okay, it's complicated. I'll just leave it at that. I am still all the female variants. I still don't know how to work it. Their shoulders are still broken, and I'm not working on them at the moment. So, yeah. Version 2.0 is in the works. Well, not 2.0, like 1.9, basically 2.0. I'm not gonna release another update until 2.0, so we could just say it is. And also, the reason there's a PC-only avatar and basically a duplicate avatar, cloak, working, I didn't explain it anywhere in the description or in the new map image or world image, but basically all the new parts of this update is new world design, new world interactivity, which I might remove because the camera's kind of laggy. But if I do remove the camera, I'll just have like a low-res camera version of the mirror to replace it. The main reason I added those avatars is... Oh, and I also updated a few. So, say, this is on the world, but the avatar looks the same. Marvin now has his lights glowing. One of the past updates gave them all guns, but I'm refining those. I'm going back and refining those. And a few other small touches that you would probably never notice. But those 2 basically duplicate avatars, they're not staying in the map. they're basically like limited time avatars or whatever. It doesn't say anywhere, but yeah. I put them there so that it will draw back some people that's already been to the world and see what the new avatars are. And then whenever they see the new design, they'll get, or it'll pique more interest, you know, kind of like that. You know, because also that, and I think people would be really disappointed if after all that time I only released a world redesign and you had like 4 podiums that just says this avatar is currently not available. Because there's no real like new avatars except for like Stim. I fixed Stim. I guess you could count that as new. But they're not completely new. I mean, yes, cloak working is just the same cloak model that I already ripped, but I changed his animation so that he can go invisible instead of pulling out a gun. And the Marvin one, well, it's just Marvin, but he's got a camera on his screen instead of a smiley face. Yeah. I didn't even intend to release on either of those. Those were just kind of private avatars I had laying around. And I was like, ah, crud, I need to fill in some space, and I put them there. May have been a mistake. But, yeah. They're there. And the avatars I'm working on, that's a fun thing to talk about, I guess. I am currently working on Apex. Oh, great. Working on Apex, as I've already said. I am working on I'm trying to think of all of them. I could probably open projects. I'm really drawing a blank right now. Oh yeah, I'm adding more Titans. I'm probably gonna go back and fix Legion because a lot of people have noted that its texture looks really dark compared to the other Titans, which is true. I don't know what I did. I've got an idea. I think I may have applied the normal map, which I can extract, or I have extracted all the normal and bump maps for each model, but I don't apply them to any of them, because for some reason once you apply that, the quest version just looks really dark, or really weird, so I just leave them with the glowing, the illume, and the albedo, or whatever. The color and the glowy stuff. So, if Blender would open. There we go. Oh yeah, I guess I could take a peek at this. I also randomly extracted some other models from the game. Well, this isn't really random. I have a purpose behind it. I'll say this, but don't get your hopes up because it is no guarantee. It's just me kind of screwing around. Me testing things and seeing if this will work, what I can do. I'm testing my abilities of VRChat SDK usage, basically. I'm working on a battlegrounds kind of thing. Right now, I don't know if it's going to be capture the flag or team deathmatch. I'm probably going to just make it capture the flag because team deathmatch looks, or it sounds like an awful time to script. well, capture the flag is literally just take a object to a zone and it'll add 1 to a score. It is really early, like, there's basically nothing here. The map isn't even done. I've got a little bit of the lobby done. I've got the team system and the spawning done. But yeah, that's basically it. A little sneaky peeky, I guess. Oh yeah. And it will be using like Titanfall guns and Titanfall assets, and if I can find it, I'm thinking about making it so that instead of just at the end it'll kill everyone and they respawn back in the lobby, that it'll have the Titanfall kind of style of the losing team. Or maybe I should just make it so that all players have to like evacuate to a dropship. I started working on an animation for it. It is very rough, but I guess I can show it off. It's sketch. And then after it lands, it'll cut to a different animation, which I just put in the same animation to save time, where it'll start going up and it'll close the hatch, and then it'll fly forward and like get out of here. And it'll have seats in it and stuff so that you can properly evacuate the map. It goes really far out. Maybe it shouldn't go that far. Yeah. Basically, that's just a little look at what I'm doing. Version 1.7 is available now. You can go check it out. Grab those avatars if you really want to. I don't blame you if you don't care about them, because they kind of suck. I'm working on all the other avatars and stuff. Oh, the new Titans I'm adding, because you're probably curious. I'm working on Viper's Titan, because he's my favorite character, and he has a cool Titan. All the other boss Titans can wait. I'm adding Monarch. I'm gonna try BT for like the 4th time. Probably will fail because his hands are so messed up. But hey, if I'm able to work it, I will be able to add him, and that'd be dank. And there's one other one. Oh yeah, Ion. I'm adding Ion. Just because it looks different from all the others, and it's cool. It's basically the reason for everything. Yeah, okay. That's that. Oh, actually, just to all other mapper boys, I've been asked how I'm able to pose these guys the way I do in my map. No, I don't do it in Blender. I actually do it in Unity. These are actually the same models that I use in the avatars. I extract the models, I rip the models from the game, and then I import them into Blender so I can re-extract them and scale them and re-rig them if necessary. And all of those kind of little touches, and then I can re-extract them as an SBX. I usually choose SBX. And then I can put that into Unity and just drag it in. It'll come in as like a T-pose, as per usual, you know. And then this is how I posed him. I won't be making him into a pose, I'm just showing it as an example. Drop down, since this is the same model I'm using for the avatars, it has the rig on it. It's got the skeleton. So I can go in under all these, and I'll show like the embark hatch, I guess. And I'll use like the rotate tool to move these around, and I can create all poses I could ever want and break physics. Yeah, that's one tall lead, or one tall Ronin. And as a heads up, if you do this to your map and you add custom posed things, you will, oops, okay, skinned mesh render, or yeah, this will not update automatically. It can be a pain because you'll set up a really cool pose, you'll forget about the skinned mesh renderer, you'll go in game, and say I'm not gonna change it, I'm really just gonna like move it up here. So the model, or the skinned mesh renderer, thinks that the model's down here still. So when you look up to look at it, the Ronin will go away. And it's annoying, but the way to get around it is to go into each one, and luckily you can change, I forget which setting it is, I think it's that, I don't know. One of these, I think maybe that, you can, one of these things in here, you have to modify so that the skin mesh renderer will actually move with the avatar's model. And so see, I just moved it, and all these boxes that are surrounding each part of the model, which is the skin mesh renderer, those move with it. Without whichever thing I changed, I don't know, that wouldn't work. So, yeah, make sure to check that if you do custom poses. It shouldn't be that big of a deal if you're just like making them lean against a wall or making them do all this. But if you are like using a big model like a Titan, or making them go really far from their original pose, or animating them so that they move away from where they started, you're definitely gonna have to mess with skin mesh renderer, or just swap it out for a different mesh renderer or something. I don't know. You're gonna have to tweak it a little to find what suits your model. So yeah. This has gone on for way too long. I'm sorry. Enjoy 1.7.